Welcome, everybody, to another episode of the One Hit Point Podcast. This is the show where we talk about video games, D&D, and everything in between. I am your host, Noah, joined by my good friend and co-host,
Jack.
How you doing, man? This is our first time doing a remote recording.
It's interesting. I like it. I like it so far because I have access to type. So I can, if I don't know something, which happens every time we talk about anything, I can maybe quickly look it up.
Yeah, that's good. You can be the producer now, and hopefully, hopefully, you'll get a new mic, and we'll be all set up for the two. But anyway, we always love talking about the behind the scenes stuff. But what are we talking about today, Jack?
Well, first and foremost, we're going to discuss Pony Island, which I have completed a while ago now. And it lived up to the hype. You hyped me up so hard for this game. I don't know. It's fun. It's cool. But no, it was honestly really an awesome ending. Should I spoil? Can we begin spoilers?
Yeah, I guess we'll just say that we talked about it on a previous episode up to the point that you were in the game, which was like kind of halfway through. So if you weren't up to date on that, you can go listen to that episode. But other than that, yeah, it's going to be spoiler time right now.
Spoiler time. So the final boss, because the game continues to be sort of meta, and like you're playing a game within an arcade, essentially. It's what it looks like.
Some sort of cursed arcade cabinet.
Yeah, and it changes the art style at certain points, which is fun. You start on this like sort of vector graphics, like straight white lines on a black background, and it changes to, I don't know, maybe like 16-bit almost, the look of it. Maybe, yeah, something like that. It's like very very pastel art.
Yes.
Yeah, and that was nice. So it was kind of fun. The gameplay remains the same. There's the pony shooting laser section, which is awesome. And the puzzly section, which I actually liked. So that was cool.
Yeah, the puzzle section is like logic puzzles, like almost like programming logic.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was more fun than I would have thought, puzzles. It's like, oh, I did it. Woo!
Well, so you get that, yeah, because every time you're solving one of those, you're kind of hacking into the machine. And Satan, or whoever is, running the show here, is kind of gets super pissed off every time you do that, right? So, and then you get to go into more pony laser shooting stuff. So it's very meta. It's very, on the nose, fourth wall breaking, which is cool. But yeah, so carry on.
So cutting sort of to the end, where there's the final boss that absolutely tricked me like an idiot. More meta shit where it's like you have to type in type in the worst word you can come up with, and I wrote cunt lickings. So that, and then it's like you get a message from one of your Steam contacts, and it comes up, and it's like, why would you change that to your username or whatever? I'm like, no. And the whole point is, it's like keep your eye on what is being typed by the demon. And then in the bottom corner is trying to distract you. So it did trick me. It fully tricked me. I had to play it twice. And then there's a second part. Same exact thing. Don't look away. And I fucking looked away. Stupid. So he tricked me twice, but I did get through to the end. Very satisfying ending. You got to save a bunch of souls, which are ponies. And every time one died, I was shook.
I know.
Yeah.
But yeah, that ending was so funny. Like, same thing happened to me, right? I see like a message from my friend Jeff in like a Steam chat message. Why would you write that? What the hell? And I go and I check, my Steam messages, and there's no message there. And you go back, and Satan is like, "You fool!"
Yeah. Is it Satan, or is it one? Because there's different demons. I think each demon you beat is he's like a like Beelzebub and Azazel and whatnot. But
wasn't it Lucifer? I can't remember.
Lucifer might have been the final guy.
Yeah, I think so. So you got to play some of his other games. I know you said you want to play Inscription. I thought the Hex, I played it after playing this, and I thought it was really cool. And to sweeten the deal for you, there's even a Space Marine in the game. So
just right back there.
Yeah. Yeah, so you got to do it. Um, so any closing thoughts on Pony Island?
Just that I'm hyped for more of Mullins's adventures. So Inscription is next, and thank you for turning me on to this strange new realm because I was
Yeah.
getting real shoehorned into the Warhammer everything. So different direction.
It's good. I
But
think for this show, it's going to be good. And like I said, at the end of the year, it's going to be fun to see the stuff that we've played and tried out and experimented with. Some of it will be, a winner like this, and some of it, I'm sure, it's just not going to be for us. And I
mhm,
think not to spoil the, next few minutes of the show, but I know you have something for me to play. But
yeah.
before we get to that, I'll just kind of run through a few things that I've touched. There's more than this, but I don't want to spend forever on this. So like I said, after I played Pony Island, I went and played the Hex, Mullen's like second major release, and super cool, really cool. It's a game with again so many layers, so many genres that he puts into this game. It's honestly super impressive what he does, and I thought it was really good. Did I like it more than Inscription? It's hard to say. I think certain points yes, certain points no. So it's like, again, because you're playing all these different genres within this game, some of them are going to work for you, some of them are not going to work for you. So I thought it was really cool. It was really, really cool overall. And let's just say that there's some, thematic links between that game and Inscription, and maybe some game development companies and things like that. So I'm not gonna spoil anything further for you, but very curious when you do play Inscription. Outside of that, a couple other things I want to highlight. One is Desktop Explorer, which is a new psychological horror puzzle game that just came out on Steam July 17th, released by Recurring Dream Studio, and it's super cool. I've played it a bit, and it's you have a virtual desktop, like which I love. I just love any game that does that. And you are solving puzzles to kind of uncover the story in this almost like text-based adventure game format. And you're kind of learning about this computer and your uncle and your father and somebody died, and uncovering all this stuff through this game and through hidden files on the computer that you have to use to solve puzzles. And so it's got a lot of fun, like computer desktop based stuff, like hidden files, sorting by stuff, going into source code and like finding stuff in source code of different files. So I don't know, this game, I just love that kind of shit. I love fake desktop games. I don't know why. It just
Me too, man. I don't know what it is. Something about it. It's like it's neat.
and
It's
it's
fun.
got that sort of maybe Windows 98 or 2000 or something like pastiche, and it's just I love it. I love it. So I think it's about 23.49 Canadian dollars. So I don't know what that is in USD, but go check it out on Steam now. It's really good. And outside of that, my Steam Deck game of choice recently has been a little indie game called Pokémon Pocket Monsters. I don't know if you've ever heard of it.
Not familiar.
No.
No.
So this is a ROM hack called Pokemon Heart and Soul. It's kind of like a love letter to the Johto region, kind of taking things from the second gen version and then also the fourth gen re-release of those games, Heart Gold and Soul Silver, and putting it all into the Gen 3 engine, redoing tile sets. All the trainer teams are updated. Pokemon movesets are updated. It's modernized quality of life. I was trying to like come up with why this is sticking with me so much. And I think a lot of it's that nostalgia of that generation and that region that I just love. Like I grew up with that one. I love it. I remember playing it both as a kid on my Game Boy and then also in high school on my DS and in class with my friends, like playing under the desks, like I don't know how we got away with it, but like the black light was beaming onto our faces. Somehow we're just openly trading and battling and stuff. So yeah, this is it's just giving me that all over again in like a new, freshened up package, and it's great. I don't know. I'm doing a Nuzlocke, so if my Pokemon die, they're dead. If I lose a fight, it's over. So I'm doing it's like kind of her honor mode, Baldur's Gate style. So
Yep.
it's a good way to do it. And I have to tell you, since we spoke about this last, I played this morning for like kind of woke up and I was like, oh, I'll just like do a few battles. do some training, and I was like playing on speed up to just do some grinding. And I lost two Pokemon very quickly. I lost my Dragonite, which is
That's
just
rushing. Dragonite? No.
yeah. There was some bullshit. I don't know if it was like an exploding wheezing or something. There was
Oh,
some horse shit that happened, and I was just playing on speed up because I'm like, ah, we'll just wipe the floor with these. And then I lost him. And I lost another one as well. Not Dragonite. It was kind of like my a B team Pokemon, but losing
yeah.
one of my go-tos that hurt.
Dude, Dragonite and a Nuzlocke. If you lose him, that's a real shame. Would you raise him up from the little Dratini?
I know. I did a lot of grinding just to get him up. So that really hurt this morning. So word to the wise, if you're tired and you're waking up, don't play with speed up and think about your life and what you're doing. Don't be stupid like me. So yeah, I got through. So the Johto region, you play through the Johto region, and you do those 8 badges. Then you do the Elite Four and Champion, and then after that you go to Kanto and you do those 8 gym leaders, and then you can redo the Elite Four, and you get to fight Red at the end of the day, which is pretty cool.
Nice.
But so I got through the first half, and now I'm doing the Kanto portion. And yeah, kind of wiping the floor with a lot of these gym leaders. But there's some tricky trainers out there, so be careful. Be careful. Don't be stupid like me.
I think next time I have the opportunity to play a Pokemon game, I'm going to name my rival instead of like Ball Sniff or Dick Face or something like that. I'm going to name him Noah. I'm going to have a
Oh,
proper rival battle, you know?
nice. Yeah, that's great. Oh, I think thanks, man. I appreciate it. I'm happy to be your rival anytime. Uh, yeah, so overall, really enjoying it. It's definitely one of those like experiences where I'm just thinking about it when I'm at work. I'm like, man, I wish I was like just playing Pokemon right now. So there's something so pure about that, you know? It's like we grow up, but the kids inside of us never do.
It's true. I saw a hilarious meme the other day of like, what 10-year-olds wore in the 90s. It's like Spider-Man shirt and, pair of jean shorts. They got a Capri Sun. It's like doing the exact same clothing these days, but you have a beer instead of a Capri Sun. It's like, yeah, absolutely. Like
Yeah.
nothing has changed.
I mean, I've got my Pokemon shirt on now. You got your Goosebumps shirt. So it's
This is
great.
the best find of t-shirts I've ever got in my life. Um,
It's pretty sick. So before we take our break, do you wanna? I think you have an assignment for me.
Yeah, it's like an us assignment, really. So there's a game which I affectionately refer to as Baldur's Ghetto, and it's Solasta, Crown of the Magister. Solasta 2 is coming out and looks pretty good. I played like a few hours of Solasta, Crown of the Magister right after playing Baldur's Gate 3. And I'm like, the graphical difference between them is so bad. It's like, it's not that it looks bad, it's just comparatively. Like
Yeah.
it can't compete. But it is essentially like a D&D style turn-based 3D kind of isometric, like same thing as Baldur's Gate 3 really, except much much cheaper looking, which is fine. It's budget gate, it's great. Budget gate 3. Yeah, anyway, I want you to play it, but also I think it would be very fun if we did a co-op stream.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm down. I know a bit about it. Like it was kind of on my radar for a while. When did this come out? Like 2017-ish or something like that?
I got it pulled up.
All right. Well, when you pull it up, I'll keep talking here. But I remember when it came out, I wanted it. It was on my Steam wish list for a while, and then obviously Baldur's Gate 3 came out in early access for so many years, but I just was playing that instead. So yeah, Solasta was not. I just never got around to it.
2021. uh,
Really? That's
yeah, so
shocking to me.
the heart, or well, let's call it the middle of COVID, middle end anyway.
Hmm.
Yeah, but it's funny. Like you start playing and the voice acting is really funny, and it's a whole thing. Like there's a tutorial, definitely do it. Like do that on your own. I don't want to stream our doing the tutorial together. We'll be bored to death. But
Sure.
once we start a proper campaign, because I didn't get too far, honestly, because I was like I just couldn't mentally adjust Um, but now I'm ready. I'm ready to give it a chance, and I want to
Hmm.
bring them in to this game. And
Well, it's good. I think it's important because I am also excited for the second one. I know it's in early access now. I don't want to get it in early access, but I know that I have high hopes for. So we got to get through the first one before we
yeah, we
play the
need the
second one.
story. It's
Yeah.
good to know the story. Like I played Divinity Original Sin 2 without playing 1, and wasn't too bad because it's different. It's like in the future or whatever, like afterwards. But it's still like I should have just played the first one just to know what's going on.
Kind of,
Missed
although
a few bits and things which I like to see. Yeah.
yeah, with Divinity, like the lore is so complex, I find that even playing I played the first one first and then I played the second one and I still was like, I don't know what is happening in this universe. So maybe they'll tie it all together with Divinity, period, the next Larian Studios game.
Yeah, that's gonna get into the amount of like fantasy universes which you need to have a handle on these days. Like, how much lore do I need to know? I know way more about like fictional lore for 90s novels alone than I do of real history. And I like
Oh,
it.
100% same for me. Like, hey, well, don't worry, because Elder Scrolls 6 will be coming out at some point in the future.
I'm
It's
gonna
only
I,
it's only been 15 years since Skyrim.
we need the old man filter.
Yeah,
That's what we're gonna look like by the time that comes out. Yeah.
exactly. Okay, fine. So, all right, so let's try to get into Solasta. Maybe we'll stream it. I gotta set up a Twitch for us. We'll do that. That'll be fun.
Yes. I'm down. All right.
All
Break
right, so
time.
let's take our first break and then we'll come back. And we're gonna do a really fun, potentially really fun segment. BRB. Welcome back, everybody. We are back with more stuff to talk to you about. So we have a fun concept, and we're gonna see how this goes. You want to introduce this for us, Jack? What's the idea here?
I got it. It's the subclass tier list tournament. We have bracketed subclasses of all of the 5e subclasses from all of the expansions as well, all the books. How many are there total?
I have 117.
So we have a 117 subclass bracket, and we're
Yeah.
gonna rank them. We're gonna
Well,
head-to-head
yeah,
matchups.
head-to-head
It's not ranked.
matchups. There's no seeding, although it would have been interesting to try to do like a seed, and rank them for ourselves, but too much work. So we're gonna just let the randomness of fate decide,
Mhm.
roll the dice as you will, and see what is the best subclass according to us.
Mhm.
And I'm gonna say we're gonna do a few matchups today, and we're gonna kind of keep doing this over the next few episodes, hopefully. And if we do have like a point where the two of us can't decide unanimously on the winner of a round, we'll probably go out to our friends. And hey, if you're listening and you have thoughts, send them in to one hit point pod at gmail.com. That is ONEHITPODCAST. No, one hit point pod. I can spell. It's fine.
The link is in the description.
The
You're
link
gonna
is in
be
the
just
description.
fine.
Exactly. So send it in if you want to weigh in. But for now, let's get started with our first matchup. I'm going to also, since this is a somewhat of a video version as well, I'm going to share it so that we can both see it. There we go. Let's share that. All right, Jack, can you see the tournament bracket?
Let me enlarge. Nope, that's the opposite of enlarge. There we go. Yes, I can see it well now.
Great. So, top of the bracket, round one. I've pulled up all these subclasses if we need to refer to them because some of them we've played, some of them we haven't played, but we know enough. We know enough.
Yeah.
So our first matchup is the Ranger Swarmkeeper versus the Fighter Samurai. I have my thoughts on this already. What do you think about this matchup?
Conceptually, I like both things because one is super fantasy, weird, like very like hobbity in my mind. The idea of the swarm keeper, and the samurai, classic, real world adaptation from Eastern history rather than typical Western European stuff. So I think in that regard, it's cool. The mechanically, I don't know the samurai.
So I've pulled it up. I'll pull it up on the screen here. Let me read the flavor text. The samurai is a fighter who draws on an implacable fighting spirit to overcome enemies. A samurai's resolve is nearly unbreakable, and the enemies in a samurai's path have two choices: yield or die fighting. So I think flavor-wise, it's very cool. I think when you get into the actual mechanics of it, I mean, you can read along here if I can blow this up big enough for
Pretty
you.
short.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. I think it's kind of a boring subclass. Your main gimmick is, okay, you get a little bit of a bonus when it comes to persuasion and history or whatever. But your main thing is 3 times per long rest, you can use a bonus action to give yourself advantage on all weapon attack rolls until the end of your current turn, which it's good. I think the 3 times per long rest is kind of random. Like usually it's associated with your proficiency bonus or your level or
Level goes
something.
up every from 5 and then
Yeah, 3 seems random to me and like it doesn't rank up over time.
it
So,
is a little weird.
and you also get temporary hit points and you get more temporary hit points when you get to 10th level and 15th level. So that's like your main thing. And then you also, get little bumps to charisma because I guess you're like an officer, so to speak. And you
That's
get your
interesting.
tireless spirit. So when you roll initiative, if you know uses of fighting spirit remaining, you get one back. I think it's the 15th or the capstone, the 18th level. It's kind of crazy. If instead of falling to 0 hit points, you can use your reaction to not fall unconscious and then immediately take a turn, which
That's
is
pretty cool.
pretty cool. But like 18th level, you got to wait for like the cool feature till you're 18th level.
I like that it gives you the opportunity. Charisma is cool to have, so you can interact better in social situations. Because I like the idea of everyone participates and everyone is involved. So it's like sometimes you got to speak up. It can't just be the bard just talking 100% of the time. That's boring. It's not role play friendly. It is kind of funny that you get this for a samurai. And the samurai, in a lot of ways, are kind of like in real life brutal oppressors of the people. But hey, they're cool. They've got Bushido code and all that business. Yeah.
I think like
Mechanically, I don't know.
yeah,
It's whatever.
mechanically it feels pretty light to me, and when I think samurai, I think like yeah, honor and katana mastery and maybe even other weapon masteries like other traditional Japanese weapons and like 1v1 combat even like if you have some sort of like compelled duel effect or something like that.
Yeah, that would have been very cool to have for
So
sure.
like I think as a fighter, does this make you feel like you're a samurai or just like a beefed up fighter?
Yeah, I don't know. It's a little bit standard, but at the same time, it's cool that it exists.
But going head to head against the Swarm Keeper, I think the Swarm Keeper is full of flavor. I think it's got a lot of fun stuff. You get some special magic. You get your swarm with you. You can push people around. You can deal more damage. I like the Swarm Keeper. I think it's more flavorful, more fun in my opinion. So, what do you think?
I'm going to agree, and I just want to say, anytime there's an appearance modifier table, because I love that. Like if you
Yes.
you're making your character roll a D2, and then it's like, well, I guess I've got miniature twig blights.
Yeah,
Like I love that kind of thing.
I agree.
So yeah, mechanically, I'm gonna think about everything first and foremost in regard to like the lore behind it, because you can kind of play anything if you want. But mechanically, Stormkeeper's more interesting, and it's cool. I like it.
Yeah,
So
I
I
agree. Let's move the Swarm Keeper on to the next round. So Swarm Keeper moves on to round 2. Sorry, Samurai. Do you want to introduce the next matchup?
gotcha. Wizard School of Divination versus Barbarian Path of the Zealot. Zealot.
Zealot, I would
Zealot.
say.
I
Yeah,
like Zealot. I like
yeah,
Zealot. This one for me is no contest, but get into them a little bit. Yeah.
sure. So why don't I'll read us the Wizard School of Divination. This is the Council of Diviners sought by royalty and commoners alike, for all seek a clearer understanding of the past, present, and future. As a diviner, you strive to part the veils of space, time, and consciousness so that you can see clearly. You work to master spells of discernment, remote viewing, and supernatural knowledge and foresight. I mean, you're a diviner, you're a soothsayer, you're trying to see the future, you're trying to scry, it's cool. And then we have Path of the Zealot. Some deities inspire their followers to pitch themselves into a ferocious battle fury. These barbarians are zealots, warriors who channel their rage into powerful displays of divine power. A variety of gods across the world of D&D inspire their followers to embrace this path. Tempest from the Forgotten Realms and Hexter and Erithnal of Greyhawk are all prime examples. In general, the gods who inspire zealots are deities of combat, destruction, and violence. Not all are evil, but few are good. Very cool flavor, I have to say. Very cool flavor.
It's got cool flavor for sure.
I have to say, I feel like this is another, like, it has good flavor, the Barbarian Path of Zealot, but mechanically it's a little weak.
Mechanically, it's basically like you can't die easily, which is a thing barbarians already have, so it's kind of doubling down on that.
But I think, like, if one of your third level features is just, oh yeah, your allies can revive you without having to use material components.
It's a little bit doo-doo, for sure. It's caca.
I guess it's cool because normally there's a heavy material cost to doing that.
Yeah, but you know what? No one uses materials. Let's be honest here. Like,
well, you got to, if it's like diamonds, you got to use, that requires materials.
I don't know. I've just seen people not use them in the past.
I have always done it such that if the material has a monetary cost, like a 300 gold piece diamond, you got to spend that shit.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, like, it's cool. Like, I understand it. Flavor-wise, it's very, very cool. The mechanics are fine. I'm going to give them a fine out of 10.
A fine out of 10. So then we have the School of Divination, which we already talked about.
It's awesome. Being able to re-roll is huge. It's
not
like,
only re-roll. I do think the Portent ability might be one of the most broken abilities in the game, and you get it at level 2. And awesome. Just you roll 2 dice, whatever they are for the day, and then you can assign those to any D20 roll. So you can assign it to your own, to your allies, to your enemies, if you get shit rolls. So it's just good stuff.
Yeah, it's awesome. I love wizard subclasses. I love how they did magic in D&D, and that's one thing which, when we're switching like versions and going, even talk about Nimble, which I do love, but it's like I love these subclasses, except when they're mechanically flawed, which this one is not, unless you count being awesome as a flaw. I personally do not. What's your choice here?
I think for me, it's an easy divination. I think
Agreed.
This one, if divination doesn't go late into the tournament, I would be surprised.
Absolutely. I have something to say about a few of these subclasses for the wizard. And like, this one is awesome. I don't even want to play it because it's kind of just like not the flavor of wizard I want to be.
Right.
But it is cool. Like, you get like sort of an oracle. You got your crystal ball. It'd be good to be like a witch,
Yeah. I've done. I was gonna play in a game that never happened. I was gonna play like a divorced dad who is a diviner because he's just trying to like find a way back into his family's life.
Okay, I love that. I love a divorced dad. That's my background. Divorced dad. Yeah. Worked 9 to 5. Then I became a diviner.
That's why I always say when you start playing D&D, you want to be like the coolest guy, and then when you get deep into playing D&D, you're like, I'm a divorced dad who's just like sad.
That's gonna get way too real for like so many sad D&D guys.
Oh, sorry. All right, let's move on to the next matchup. So we have the Circle of the Shepherd Druid and the Death Domain Cleric. Now, I had to look these ones up a little bit because I'm a little bit less familiar.
Yes, I looked up Death Domain a while back.
But you know the Circle of the Shepherd, right?
It's totemy and like summony, which I
So
like.
kind of like a shaman sort of subclass.
Yes, and you love the shaman subclass
do
which
like.
existed in the
I
past.
do like. Yeah.
We should play some 3.5 or whatever. I think that was that Shamans.
I've always thought there should be a shaman class. So
Play
then
Baldur's
then you
Gate
have
2, damn it.
the death domain, which is pretty cool. You get kind of like bonuses to necromancy cantrips and just kind of just necrotic shit.
Who doesn't like an evil cleric? And you don't have to necessarily be evil. Death is part of life. Da, 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 da. But I want to be a badass cleric. Also, don't you get with this one martial weapons proficiency? Yes, you have medium armor and martial weapons. And if you include, so there's divine strike. The way they changed, I forget the exact mechanics, but essentially they added in one of the more recent books.
I think it was Tasha's.
Yeah, it's like you can hit harder with weapons as opposed to using cantrips, so that would be awesome for this one. You're going around with like a scythe or something and killing people as a cleric.
And I like the channel divinity is pretty cool. Basically, if you're gonna do a spell like drain life or whatever that one is called, necrotic touch, anything like that, anything that's touch based, you can kind of you deal extra damage. You want to hit a creature with a melee attack. Oh no, I lied. But yeah, you deal more damage. So I think it's just cool. You get to be up in the front, dealing extra damage as a cleric, which is something you don't always get with all the cleric subclasses.
Yeah, I love that. I love the idea of being a true war priest. You're up in the front, priest of death. You could be like a Thanos cult member,
Yeah.
You're overpopulated. We're snapping.
Okay,
this
so
is a tough one.
It's a tough one. So where do you land on this?
Just the fact that the death cleric gets cloud kill. Oh baby, I love me some cloud kill as a spell. I'm gonna go death. I'm gonna be edgelord. We're going death priest for me.
I kind of agree. I think I'd be more leaning towards playing a death domain cleric than the druid shepherd.
Yeah, I mean they're both cool. The shepherd, it just doesn't have the same bite,
I agree.
As the death domain.
I agree. So we're gonna go death domain cleric. Okay, so why don't you take us through the next matchup here?
Okay, you need to click on that one so I can read the full name.
Okay, it's the way of the ascendant dragon monk.
Okay, so we got the way of the ascendant dragon monk versus the forge domain cleric.
This is a tough one.
Both are pretty fire in some ways.
Ha 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 ha. Well, looking at the way of the ascendant dragon, why don't I read us the description? The fundamental teaching of this tradition holds that by emulating dragons, a monk becomes a more integrated part of the world and its magic. By altering their spirit to resonate with draconic might, monks who follow the tradition augment their prowess in battle, bolster their allies, and can even soar through the air on draconic wings. But all this power is in service of a greater goal, achieving a spiritual unity with the essence of the material plane.
She was cool until the end.
Yeah. And then you do get your little Ascendant Dragon origin table, so you do love that, right?
Absolutely. Give me some weird dragon horns or something. I'm all about it.
So you get some cool benefits. You get like persuasion, intimidation bonuses. You get to change your unarmed strikes to fire, acid, cold, lightning, or poison damage. You get draconic, obviously, and then you also get to do kind of like a breath attack, like a breath weapon attack.
Oh, buddy, I'm getting sold hard on this so far. This is very cool.
And I wonder, like, because you can also do Dragonborn. You can be a Dragonborn Ascendant Dragon Monk and just like do the super Dragon.
Double
breath.
Dragon?
Yeah, double Dragon.
Double Dragon. Good game.
Yeah. And I think honestly pretty cool abilities. Their capstone stuff is also pretty cool.
This is very
good flavor.
Yeah, this is really cool. I'm about it. This is very weeby too for you. Although it's more like Chinese dragons, so maybe less weeby and just pan Asian fun.
Yeah. All right. Well, then we have the Forge domain, which is, I think, a really fun cleric. Also,
it is.
Let me read it here. The gods of the Forge are patrons of artisans who work with metal, from a humble blacksmith who keeps a village in horseshoes and plow blades to the mighty elf artisan whose diamond-tipped arrows of mithril have felled demon lords. The gods of the Forge teach that with patience and hard work, even the most intractable metal can be transformed from a lump of ore to a beautifully wrought object. Clerics of these deities search for objects lost to the forces of darkness, liberate mines overrun by orcs, and uncover rare and wondrous materials necessary to create potent magic items. Followers of these gods take great pride in their work, and they are willing to craft and use heavy armor and powerful weapons to protect them. Deities of this domain include Gond, Reorx, Onatar, Moradin, Hephaestus, and Goibniu.
You're doing good. I believe that's Hephaestus.
Oh, well, fair enough. Well,
Sorry,
you get some.
That was good though.
You get some good spells. You get some pretty fire spells. No pun intended.
Yeah, I like those spells. I'm a big fan of Wall of Fire because who isn't?
You get Searing Smite, which is cool to be a cleric that can smite.
Absolutely. Yeah, and it's more like actual in the fray. You know, you're built to mess people up. So with divine striking or whatever it is.
And you get Heat Metal, another spell that I actually love, which can situational, but it can be so good and debilitating.
Let me get into a little of the deep, stupid meta for 1 second, which is just that people often are like, well, fire resistance is the most common resistance in the game, so being a fire, blah, 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 whatever. Screw off. That's why lore is important, you know, and like the actual like character you can build around this could be very badass.
Well, it also doesn't matter because you get to basically have bonuses to your to your items starting at level 1. So you can kind of start with a magic item, weapon, or armor.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
And then you can create stuff where you get the kind of the crafting benefit, which is it's interesting.
Yeah. This is extremely hard.
Extremely hard?
Yeah, sorry, the comparison.
Oh yeah, I know. I when I was looking at this, I was like, I really love the Forge domain, but the Dragon Monk is pretty cool.
Do we leave it up to the viewer?
This one might be this one you might have to phone in. So send an email in. Way of the Ascendant Dragon versus Forge domain. We're gonna leave it up to the audience / our friends to decide.
Yeah, the audience are our friends.
That's right. Okay, so we're going to leave that one untested. We've got 3 more matchups for today. Hopefully, we're going to try to get through them a little faster because we also want to cover some nerd news because there's been some cool stuff in the D&D world. But this one I think is going to be fast. This one I think we can just shotgun, shoot from the hip. This is Wizard Blade Singing versus the Druid Circle of the Land. Jack, what do you got?
For this one, oh boy. It's the Blade Singer.
I think it's the Blade Singer.
Circle of the Land is the magical druid, focus more on spells. Very cool. I like it, but being like a blade singing, you're about as close to a Jedi as you can get, essentially, right?
Yeah,
and the lore behind it's pretty cool as well. Yeah, just give me a Blade Singer.
Yeah, Blade Singer for sure. Circle of the Land is like fine. It's kind of like the most vanilla druid you could be. And Blade Singing Wizard, that's an easy one.
Yeah, I love it.
That's an easy one.
There's some mechanical complaints. Who cares?
Who cares?
I don't care.
It's cool.
Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah.
This is an interesting matchup, actually, the next one. We got the Aberrant Mind Sorcerer and the Grave Domain Cleric.
Yep. I'm super biased. Pull them up. I'll read
Aberrant Mind. Here's Aberrant Mind. You want to read it?
Give me a chance.
Go ahead.
Oh, thank you for making that bigger. That's appreciated. An alien influence has wrapped its tendrils around your mind, giving you psionic powers. You can now touch other minds with the power and alter the world around you by using it to control the magical energy of the multiverse. Will this power shine from you as a hopeful beacon to others, or will you be a source of terror to those who feel the stab of your mind and witness the strange manifestations of your might? An aberrant mind sorcerer, you decide how you acquire the powers. Were you born with them, or did a later event in your life leave you shining with psionic awareness? Consult the Aberrant Origins table for a possible origin of your power. So, I love some Stephen King books, and psychic power permeates throughout all of them, basically. Most of them, anyway. And I also really like kind of Cthulhu stuff. And this is a lot of tentacle sort of summoning powers in it.
Yes.
So,
it's very eldritch. You get Arms of Hadar, Dissonant Whispers, Mind Sliver, Detect Thoughts, Calm Emotions, Hunger of Hadar, Ascending, Everard's Black Tentacles, Summon Aberration. Like, these spells are pretty sick.
Yeah, they are. They're great.
Yeah.
Huge. Yeah, it's actually more of like a Cthulhu based thing than it is an
Yeah.
aberrant, like than it is like psychic power. But
Once
whatever, you get.
again,
Yeah.
it's sorcerer eating the warlock's lunch.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and you get telepathic speed. So I've played this in like a one shot that we did, if you remember.
Yeah.
Very fun, super fun class. Being able to use telepathic speech whenever you want, and just getting cool spells and stuff. I really like it.
Yeah. Me too.
But it goes up against the Grave Domain Cleric.
You read this one.
I'll read this one. Gods of the grave watch over the line between life and death. To these deities, death and the afterlife are a foundational part of the multiverse's workings. To resist death or to desecrate the dead's rest is an abomination. Deities of the grave include Kelimvor, Ouijas, the ancestral spirits of the Undying Court, Hades, Anubis, and Osiris. These deities teach their followers to respect the dead and pay them due homage. Followers of these deities seek to put restless spirits to rest, destroy the undead whenever or wherever they find them, and ease the suffering of dying creatures. Their magic also allows them to stave off a creature's death, though they refuse to use such magic to extend a creature's lifespan beyond its mortal limits.
Yeah. So very cool. Very, very cool lore. And also my first honor run, first in Baldur's Gate 3 that I finished, I was a Kelimvor cleric
Nice.
/ paladin, and it was sick. Very cool lines they give you for that.
But mechanically, is it good?
I think it's fine. It's okay.
It seems okay at best.
It's very okay.
And
I'm not wowed by it.
The spells you get are also okay.
Yeah, I really like Vampiric Touch.
Yeah.
I like Blight. Raise Dead's obviously great.
Yeah.
Ravenfield, it's fine. Like it's the spells are okay. The mechanics are okay. But yeah, there's no way in hell this is beating my Tentacle Cthulhu monster psychic
No.
sorcerer ever.
No,
So
I don't think so.
yeah.
I think that's an easy Aberrant Mind winner.
There's so much of this is going to show like our own personal flavor, likes and dislikes. You know,
Absolutely.
it's great.
Absolutely. 100%. But that's the point of this. This is a totally biased.
Super biased
Yeah.
tournament. Yeah.
So
Great.
let's try to do the last one here. I don't know if I've pulled up their papers, but I think we know
Don't
these.
need it.
We don't need it.
Don't
we
need
have...
it. I know who wins.
All right. Well, why don't you just tell us what they are, and then you tell us who wins.
Okay, Ranger Hunter, the classic Ranger. You go around killing monsters and being badass, like very like classic sort of Aragorn inspired. You could play it. Most people play it Dex. You could play it Strength. I think that'd be fun. I've always wanted to do that actually. Have like sort of two-handed Ranger, as in two-handed Sword Ranger or something. On the other side, you have Cleric Light Domain. You are a cleric of like the sun, fire, what have you, and you get sick wizard / sorcerer spells. You get Fireball, Wall of Fire, and it's just very fiery, very of the sun. You can use your reaction to like deflect or like roll again when someone hits you, I think, or even one of your companions nearby. It's so good and so fun, and I
Yeah.
played it to like level 13. So in the campaign, I will never Crew Thunderwood. You'll never be forgotten. Yeah, so good.
I agree. I think Light Domain Cleric is the easy choice here.
No.
Yeah, just absolutely. Hunter is fine. Light Domain, really good. So for me, that's easy.
Oh, sorry if you were going the other way because I wasn't having it.
No, 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 no. I was definitely not. I was definitely not. I'm not a huge fan of the Ranger, the Hunter Ranger. I think it's kind of boring. And Light Domain Cleric is just sick. So that is our first quadrant or sextant or whatever. There's a lot of
Words.
matchups, folks. So hope you're ready for more of this in a future week, because we've got some fun ones coming up soon with some
don't-
warlocks and fighters and druids and all sorts of cool stuff.
Don't forget to cast your vote for the Way of the Ascendant Dragon or the Forge Domain
Yes,
Cleric.
yes, that one's a bit tough, and no matter what, they're going up against the blade singing wizard, so that's gonna be a hell of a discussion.
Yeah. Oof.
So
Okay.
let's take a quick break here, Jack, and we'll be back with more. Okay.
Welcome back, everyone. We are going to talk about some nerd news. Nerd news alert.
Nerd news.
Yeah.
That's the new theme
So,
song for it.
Gen Con 2026 D&D Vision keynote. There's some highlights, which we definitely are interested in. So I'll go down on point by point. Some we'll talk about, some maybe we don't care. First one, though, Luke Gygax, son of Gary Gygax, will be curating the new Greyhawk setting content going forward. So Greyhawk is like the OG D&D setting.
Setting. Yep.
Now everything is Forgotten Realms, but Greyhawk is where you find classics like Keep on the Borderlands and that kind of stuff. And very cool. I'm very interested to see what that is. I'd love to play it. I like old stuff, and the history of D&D is really interesting to me. Yeah, so I'm excited. If a book comes out written by Luke, I will buy it. So there you
Yeah,
go.
I think so. I think they've got a whole bunch of new people in charge of these different settings. Like I guess you're gonna read through those. So I'm excited because anytime you get the son of the original creator or the original creator, that's just great. That's great.
This is very cool. The legacy. Okay, here's an interesting one. Same kind of thing. Tracy Hickman will be curating the return of Dragonlance to the franchise. So Dragonlance, as it was intended, was sort of like, well, everyone's read Lord of the Rings. Let's do a new like fantasy thing with dragons and sorcery and all that good business. So it was sort of D&D's attempt to have their own like big mythos like that. Yeah, so that's interesting. It's the Hickmans were a couple, I believe. I don't know. I think they're still together. Anyway, Trace Hickman's going to be, I guess, it's not like writing anything, but
They're
maybe
managing it.
making sure that they're sticking within the
Yeah,
guidelines of the
they're
Dragonlance
managing
idea.
that whole side of the IP and the future products and all that stuff,
Yeah,
which is cool. I like that. I
yeah,
there's a Dragonlance campaign that actually looked really interesting, like a fifth edition one that looked really cool to run actually.
that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know it's tricky to bring some of these back because I know like Spelljammer had a 5e iteration and people hated it. I love the idea of Spelljammer. I got so fun. And
I
they
feel
even
like
incorporated that.
Spelljammer is like that's you can just do homebrew for the Spelljammer, you know. It's like just anywhere, go anywhere. It doesn't matter what.
Get
Yeah.
the Yankee and some cool spaceships with tentacles on them, and
Yeah.
we're cruising.
Yeah. What's next?
Oh, Ari Salvatore will be taking part with Legend of Drizzt.
So there's going to be a Legend of Driss supplement or something like that, I guess
That's
we can take
what
away.
that's what it sounds like, and I would hope that he would be involved because he's only written like 8 million books on the guy and it's his creation. It's the most famous
It's his
D&D
guy.
character.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if he wasn't involved, I'm not like a boycott the thing because whoever signed him up, but I would be not interested in it basically if he wasn't involved.
Yeah. I agree. That's a good one. I like that.
Yeah, that's really cool. So all three of these people, Gygax, Hickman, and Salvatore, are involved with a new initiative dubbed D&D Icons. So first is Greyhawk, Crown of the Witch Queen. Will be a full-length adventure going into, oh god, Drelenz's, oh, I butchered that one. Ascent to the new Witch Queen of Orith.
Sounds cool to me.
Yeah, good. Give me some Greyhawk stuff.
Yeah.
Interesting. Dark Sun, my
This is the big one.
personal love, will be making a proper 5e debut. Two new books, Blood and Power and Edge of Oblivion, will detail the setting. They empathize with brutality and hyper-violence of the setting.
Yeah.
So great, because there's one thing you can't pussify Dark Sun. The whole thing is that it's bad. It's like there's a lot of slavery. People are getting crucified, gladiatorial battles, the world is dead,
It's kind of
the
Mad
bad guys
Maxy, right?
rule.
It's like Mad Max, right?
Yeah, a little bit. It's like the bad guys won.
Yeah.
The lore is interesting behind it to anyone who is interested, and you should be interested. Read the Prism Pentant, which is 5 books, I believe, 5 book series. I did the audiobooks. It was super cool, very interesting lore, different perspective. Like, yeah, it's beautiful. It's just great. I'm so
I had
excited for it.
read that they're also re-releasing, I guess, the 2024 Player's Handbook with just, I don't know if it's like new art throughout the whole book to be evocative of the Dark Sun setting, but I know like at least the cover art will be part of this box set that you can buy with the Player's Handbook with the cool cover art and then the 2 new supplements for that setting.
Well, it needs a lot of its own stuff. Put it that way, because you're in this setting essentially. Like steel weapons are super uncommon. Everyone's fighting with like obsidian daggers and things like that. The resources are hardly in existence. Magic functions in an entirely different way than most D&D, which is very cool. I don't want to get into it because there's too much, but yeah, like you're not going to have like your typical paladin running around with like a suit of armor, and like it's not a thing. Like, yeah, I shouldn't say that. It could be a thing in a very, very small way somewhere in the world. But generally, we're talking about,
It's almost like
yeah,
it's like Fallout, right? With like the Brotherhood of Steel, and it almost feels like that
it's
in a way.
it's more, it's like worse off than Fallout,
Okay.
legitimately. Like
Okay.
it's you're in worse shape than Fallout. That's how bad it is. It's like sort of ancient Aztec inspired in some ways. But yeah, the bad guys rule in this world. Whereas, the Brotherhood of Steel would be considered like absolute pinnacle of lawful good in this
True.
world. That's how bad
True.
this world is. Yeah.
Interesting. Well, hey, if you ever want to run some Dark Sun, I'd be down to get into that.
When it comes out, we're doing it. I will absolutely DM it, and I will. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, also different races. Anyway,
Yeah.
we'll let it go because I'm running off of the mouth here.
No worries. What else we got?
Changes.
You got any more hot takes from the Gen Con announcements?
I got a couple. Oh, I got it. There's okay. Two that we
Oh,
need to talk about.
the crossovers, right? You gotta. Yeah, yeah.
World of Warcraft collaboration, as well as an initiative called D&D Universes Beyond, a multimedia collaboration initiative, not unlike what they did with Magic the Gathering. So yeah, hey, I played a lot of World of Warcraft. I played Warcraft 2. I played Warcraft 3. Very cool. I mean, Warcraft lore has kind of gone trashola, but like if you're gonna go back in the day, and the history and whatnot, it could be very interesting.
Yeah.
And I mean, World of Warcraft just aping D&D. That's all it is. It wants to be D&D so bad, especially original vanilla World of Warcraft. So that could
I'm
be
cool with it.
great.
I'm not a big World of Warcraft guy like you, but I don't really care as long as this whole universes beyond thing. And again, like I know in Magic the Gathering they've had Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and My Little Pony and Final Fantasy and like you name it. So
Yeah,
as long as the stuff that they're putting out doesn't take away from the cool new actual D&D stuff, like great. Enjoy. I don't really care. As long as but it sounds like it's not because like they said they're doing the Greyhawk, they're doing Dark Sun, they're doing classic Faerun, and so I'm not worried as long as it doesn't overtake. That's the only concern I would have.
agreed. And for those of the extremely nerdy bent, if Chris Metzen is like the sort of brain behind the story of Warcraft, and he went away for a while in World of Warcraft, and it was bad, so they brought him back. If he's not involved, then I will not endorse it. No Jack endorsement for this. If Chris Metzen isn't there. Yeah, but that's could be good, could be bad, a little bit. My fear is like what you're talking about. It's like diluting D&D, like too much. It's spread too thin. You get to what Star Wars has become, where it's like, what even is this franchise anymore?
But we'll see. I mean, like I said, like they still have plans to do classic D&D settings, and supplements and new books and stuff. So I'm cautiously okay with it. Any other news, or shall we wrap up here, Jack? What do you think?
Nope.
All
No
right.
news worthy of note.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for listening, everybody. This has been the One Hit Point podcast. If you like our show, please feel free to rate us and review us on your podcasting app of choice. We have a new website, onehitpointpodcast.com. You can go there. You can find all our episodes, a little about us. More stuff will be coming there eventually. But yeah, please go check it out and let us know what you think. If you want to write into us to broach a topic or a discussion point or a correction or something along those lines, you can send that into onehitpointpod@gmail.com. As always, all the links and relevant things will be in the show notes, so please feel free to do so. But yes, with that being said, thank you so much for listening, everybody, and have a good one.